Welcome to a brand new episode of the UFO Show. In this installment, we check out Congress's first hearing on UFOs in 50 years. We meet the international hacker who saw a strange object in NASA's computers. And we get ready to send some very revealing pictures into outer space. Let's get to it. As you're likely aware by now, a very rare thing happened in Washington, D.C. on May 17th, 2022. The House of Representatives held an open congressional hearing on the subject of UFOs for the first time in 50 years. The hearings were broadcast live, although not all revelations were televised. More on that in a bit. But it was another extraordinary step toward the government being transparent with the public on the topic of strange encounters with potential otherworldly figures. The subcommittee was led by Indiana Democratic Rep. Andre Carson, who said the purpose of the hearings was to inform the public on, quote, any potential national security risks, especially those we do not fully understand. While the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff added that the hearing would, quote, give the public an opportunity to hear directly from subject matter experts and leaders in the intelligence community on one of the greatest mysteries of our time. As most of us UFO enthusiasts are pragmatic and used to disappointment, it was hard to get hopes up too high. While it's certainly encouraging to see the government taking UAPs more seriously than ever, usually the revelations from these kinds of things are more interesting than shocking. So it goes that there were no major bombshells dropped during the hearings, though it was once again acknowledged that the military has had multiple encounters with UAPs that they could not rationally explain. Evidently, the Navy had at least 11 near misses with flying objects, but no collisions.
There have been no collisions between any U.S. assets and one of these UAPs, correct?
We have not had a collision. We've had at least 11 near misses.
It was also revealed that these UAPs haven't attempted to contact us, nor we them.
And have we attempted to communicate with those objects?
No.
Thank you for watching the UFO Show. And I ask that if you enjoy our shows, subscribe to our channel right now, like this video, and click on the bell so you can be notified each time a new video goes up. Now back to the show. One intriguing quote came from Ronald Moultrie, the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, who commented, quote, we know that our service members have encountered unidentified aerial phenomena, and because UAP pose potential flight safety and general security risks, we are committed to a focused effort to determine their origins. We have very fleeting data on these objects, but the most interesting information was, predictably, held from the public. Congressman Krishnamurthy of Indiana asked if we had any evidence of underwater UAPs and was met with a non-answer.
Do we have any sensors underwater to detect on submerged UAPs, anything that is in the ocean or in the seas?
So I think that would be more appropriately addressed in closed session, sir.
Okay.
Of course, save the best stuff for the closed session. But this prompts the question, why is that particular topic off limits to the public? Furthermore, will we ever learn the secrets of that closed session that took place after the public ones? We'd like to think so. But when it comes to the secrets of underwater UAPs, we won't be holding our breath. All in all, the hearing was interesting, yes, but far from mind-blowing. This is what we've come to expect from such matters, but at least we're slowly moving in the right direction. Now, we just have to hope the next public acknowledgement of UAPs carries more weight than this one. If there is indeed evidence of crashed UAPs on our soil, one man may have already seen the proof. His name is Gary McKinnon, and in 2002, he was briefly infamous for perpetrating the largest hack on U.S. military servers in history. It made headlines in America and abroad, as the U.S. and Scotland Yard struggled to decide what to do with him after his arrest. With a legal battle that lasted 10 years, as the Americans tried to get the Scottish-born hacker extradited to their homeland. In 2012, the case was closed, and McKinnon has largely been left out of the public spotlight since. But he recently brought himself some renewed attention with his comments on just what exactly he saw in those military files he so easily hacked into. While the US was rightfully concerned about what McKinnon was doing on their servers, this was mere months after September 11th, mind you, McKinnon wasn't on a quest to steal military secrets or mess with national security. As he described it, he was on a moral crusade to find out the truth about UFOs, a topic he was particularly obsessed with. In a 2012 interview with the BBC, McKinnon said, quote, "I was convinced, and there was good evidence to show, that certain secretive parts of the American government intelligence agencies did have access to crashed extraterrestrial technology, which could, in these days, save us in the form of a free, clean, pollution-free energy." McKinnon had hacked into dozens of computers containing sensitive info, going from the Army, Navy, Department of Defense, and even NASA on his journey for the truth. Believe it or not, McKinnon's knowledge that the military used Windows provided him the gateway to his investigation, since according to him, they had not secured their information properly. Now, McKinnon is speaking out about what his search produced. In an interview with The Sun, McKinnon claims he was godsmacked by what he found in NASA's computers, seeing images and folders of fascinating, unidentifiable objects. One such image, taken by a satellite, was of a cigar-shaped object in space that had strangely shaped domes on all sides. It did not look man-made. He also saw folders labeled filtered, unfiltered, processed, and raw. Though, thanks to his 56K dial-up connection, he wasn't able to see as many images as he would have liked. McKinnon was evidently spurred on by the saga of former NASA contractor Donna Hare, an outspoken critic of the organization who claims UFO sightings have been thoroughly covered up by the government. One of Hare's more interesting claims is that 3 UFOs were spotted on the moon during one of NASA's moon landings, and that almost every astronaut has seen evidence of UFOs, but they've been ordered not to speak of them. It was after hearing Hare's strange accounts of NASA airbrushing and burning of UFO pictures that prompted him to dig deep into the computers that he assumed held the answers he sought. Quote, "It's a fact that there are objects we don't understand flying around in our skies," McKinnon told The Sun. Quote, "It's also a fact that there are scientific, intelligence, and military departments that study these objects." As we know, McKinnon is right about that, and of course, we'd love to see more evidence, just as he does. One can only imagine what else was on those servers that he missed out on. Maybe one day, we'll get to see what he didn't. If there aren't UFOs here on Earth, or up on the moon, we'll need to get on the ball and invite the extraterrestrials here ourselves. Not quite phoning home, but phoning our intergalactic neighbors. The long-distance charges might be a bit high, but it's gotta be worth it. And what do you think the best way to get a curious neighbor's attention might be? Well, sending them a nude might go a long way. That's what NASA is planning on doing, sort of. In a latest attempt to communicate with whoever or whatever else might be out there, NASA has started a project called Beacon in the Sky, which will send a unique, binary-coded message into the Milky Way that includes basic mathematical and physical concepts to establish a universal means of communication. Additionally, there will be information on the biochemical composition of life on Earth, the solar system's time-stamped position in the Milky Way, as well as digitized depictions of the solar system and Earth's surface. Finally, the message concludes with digitized images of the human form, along with an invitation for any receiving intelligences to respond. So, okay, maybe we misled you slightly with the whole sending them a nude part. But, in all honesty, we will be zapping an illustration of both the male and female form, along with an image of a double helix. Said human images are smiling and waving, as you see, and let's hope whoever receives the message understands the difference between a happy human and an angry one. Of course, this is not the first time we've sent such a message into the heavens. In 1974, the Arecibo radio telescope in Puerto Rico sent a 3-minute broadcast to the star cluster M13, about 21,000 light-years from Earth. The message used prime numbers and showed potential recipients images such as the telescope that sent it, a look at the solar system, a stick figure of a human, a look at DNA code, and some biochemicals of early life. This was done not necessarily in anticipation of a quick response, but as more of an experiment to see just what would go into sending a greeting card such a long distance. All these years later, it looks as though we're ready for the next phase in interstellar communication. As the project leaders state in their mission statement, this message's ultimate goal is to start a dialogue with extraterrestrials no matter how far in the future. It's the scientists' hope that the next generation of curious minds will build upon this effort to send even more complex information to the potentially intelligent life that lives among the stars. When exactly this will happen is unclear, but it will most likely occur thanks to the Aperture Spherical Radio Telescope in China and the SETI Institute's Alien Telescope Array in Northern California. Whenever it happens, we'll be waiting patiently for a response from the other side of the Milky Way, whatever that message might look like. Hopefully, the ETs out there know they are more than welcome to send us nude pictures of their own. For science, of course. That's it for now, folks. The truth is out there, somewhere, and we're going to be keeping an eye on things for all you true believers. And if you have anything to share with us, don't hesitate to send us an email at ufoshow@joeblow.com. We're eager to hear from all of our fellow UFO and outer space enthusiasts. Also, please share your thoughts and any cool extraterrestrial news you have in the comments section. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as we're going to be your one-stop shop for all things alien going forward. Until next month, keep watching the skies.